how to remove a tax lien from your house. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly the steps on how to remove a tax lien certificate from your property. And here's the great thing. You might be coming to this video going, it sucks, I got this property tax lien on the property. Now, I'm smiling because guess what? Your adversity could be your financial windfall. What I'm going to show you how to do is how to remove that, but also how to make a ton of money once you've done that, okay? So we're gonna walk through every single step, and I got a little bonus for you. At the very end, I got a little present for you. Watch through this whole process, and we're gonna show you how to do it. But make no mistake about it, by the time you're done, you're gonna be rubbing your hands together going, oh my gosh, this could be the best thing that ever happened. Now, if you like this video, boom, thumbs up, subscribe. It's a known fact that if you hit the subscription button on here, they'll pay your property taxes for you. No, they won't. But anyways, hit the subscribe. A lot of good content on this channel. Let's just back up and talk about the history of property tax liens. First of all, property tax liens on a property are issued by your county. Period, end of story. It's not from the federal government. It's not from the state government. It's from the county. Every single property in every single county in the United States, including Guam, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands, has property taxes on every square inch of property in this country. The county's revenue, 90% of it, argue with me if you want, I'll see it in the comments, that's where the revenue comes from. Let's go through the history. Everybody moves over here now. I mean, we all know Plymouth Rock, right? By the way, that was a storm that went too far north. They thought they were going to go down to Virginia. That's another story. But they get up there, and there's a lot of squabbling going on. They're trying to get going. All of a sudden, they're going, oh, man, we need schools. We need roads. So wait, that's right. We had taxes on properties in England. But the taxes and properties in England were on the person and not the property. So because of the transient nature of the colonies, if you will, what they did is they formed these magistrates, which later became counties, and they said, we need to put property taxes on all these properties. So as soon as somebody claimed a property within the county, that property had taxes on it. And those taxes started them to be able to build the bridge that we needed, the little red house for school, the library, the town hall, all of this infrastructure that started to develop in the new country. So that's why these have been around longer than we've been a country. And they said, okay, if a person doesn't pay their property taxes, it's not a big deal. Maybe they had a bad crop. I mean, 90% of everybody made their money off of farming in this country for the first 150 years. So they said, maybe they had a bad crop, maybe they had something. So we're gonna give them a grace period, okay, or a time period to pay this. So if they don't pay it that year, they can pay it the next year, or maybe even the next year. So there could be a grace period of 1 or 2 years. No big deal. But in the meantime, county's like, God, we kind of need this money. So somebody in the town says, hey, I've got the money. I'll give the county the money to pay that person's taxes. That person still owes the county the money. And as soon as they pay the county, that person gets their money back, plus the interest rate that was established in that particular jurisdiction. Mostly 16, 18, 25% on these. Okay, that was the incentive to make sure the county wasn't low on the totem pole to getting paid. They wanted to be first in line so they could provide these beautiful infrastructures that we talked about earlier. So that's really what tax lien certificate is on it. You need to understand something. The power of the county. Nobody has more power over the title to a property than the county. The county is the one that says, this person owes the property and they owe this person because this property was used as underlying security. Oh, they paid them off, they take that off. Oh, IRS came in, you still own the property, but there's a lien on the property. So ultimately the county is controlling the title on the property. So it really puts them in a good position when it comes to property taxes. If you don't pay them, it's not a big deal. We'll put a lien on the property. Y'all can do whatever you want in the background, but until somebody pays these property taxes, this lien is going to remain there, and we, as the county, will not issue a clear title to anyone else out there. Like for instance, an IRS could come in there and put a lien on the property. It's no big deal. That can come and go and what have you. Somebody can buy the property, that lien still stays with it, but the county's not going to issue clear title. They're not going to transfer title until they are paid. This is the ultimate security. And if they don't get paid, okay, after 4 or 5 years, whether they still have the lien on the property or someone else gave them the money for that lien on the property, it's time to foreclose. That property is foreclosed. All of those other liens that we talked about, banks, IRS, are wiped off of that property, and the county will now issue clear lien to the new investor over there. This ensures they always get their money. In other words, they take superiority over all other liens and encumbrances because they're controlling the title. So let's get back to you. How do you pay the property taxes or get rid of a property tax lien? You got to pay them. Okay, there's a number of things you can do. Depending on what's going on, let's say your credit's good, over 680. Go out there and apply for a 0% credit card, pay it off and pay that so you don't have this big interest going on. Because this thing over here is charging you 18%. This over here is 0%, I'll take that all day long. But get this underhand. If your credit's good enough, pull some equity out of the property, pay that off. You gotta pay it off in order to remove the taxes on the property. That's first and foremost, okay? Now, once you've done that, they'll eliminate it immediately. There's no special paperwork, there's no nothing on that. So it's not really a big deal. I want to be really clear. Having a delinquent taxes on your property is really not a big deal. It only becomes a big deal if it's gone on too long. Okay, it's only become a big deal if you try to sell the property. It just needs to be satisfied. And even then, you don't need to satisfy it. It could go through the process of being sold. Okay, and then the proceeds to pay off the taxes will be taken out of the proceeds of the sale. Well, there's a lot of little advantages there. Now, where's the money? Okay, where can I make money on this? Well, now you know, I just told you a little earlier, so maybe you might have caught it. Somebody from the public can come in there and give the money to the county, and now they have the lien on the property. It's still owed to the county, and they get the big fat interest rate. There are thousands of properties every single year that go delinquent on their property taxes that the county needs this money for. So they're going to sit there and say, okay, we need this money for schools, roads, fire department, police department, infrastructure, hospitals, et cetera, et cetera. So you know what we're going to do, and we have been doing this for 300 years, we're going to offer these to the public individually. You want to buy a tax lien certificate on that nice $400,000 property for a few $1,000s in back taxes? Not a big deal. Go to the auction, you put the money up on that property. Now, the county's not going to give you the 18%. They'll give you the interest rate when the property owner comes in. So the property owner will come down to the county and go, hey, I want to satisfy my taxes. You know, been a hard year, but everything's good. They say, okay, you owe $3,000 plus the 18%, so a total of whatever that number is, over how much time that is. They give the money to the county. Here's the beautiful thing. As soon as the county gets that money, they know for a fact that they got to send you a check for your $4,000, whatever that investment was, plus the 18%. Okay, if the property owner does not come in for whatever reason, doesn't matter, under a prescribed amount of time that's written into state law, this is all law, this isn't some county made up stuff, this is statute, state statute, then you have the right to foreclose on the property and you will own the property for the delinquent back taxes, in this scenario, $4,000. And there is no gray area, there is no ambiguity. You'll own this property free and clear at that point. That's the gravy here, okay? That's the silver lining. So this situation that got you here, or may have got you here, is either, how do I eliminate a property tax lien from my property? I got to get this going. I don't want to tell people about, no, you're like, oh man, this turned out to be a windfall. This turned out to be a way I can make some money, and you can do the same thing. I've got a brand new mini course that walks you methodically exactly how you and your family can make money with this. All you have to do is simple. Just click on the link below that says higginsmethod.com. Okay, fill out the information in there. It takes about 3 seconds, and boom, I will send you out my mini course. My compliments to you, and that's my gift for making it happen. Help you and your family find financial stride here. This is Saen Higgins saying God bless and good luck. See you out there.